I went to college and learned how to be an illustrator. And I've spent a lot of time as a musician, so a lot of time writing songs and performing those songs and being on stage and singing.
Angel told me on the airwaves I was hard work, wrapped up in a skin of cold love, waiting for a moment, skybird.
I spent a lot of time as a writer, so I do a lot of writing, and I do creative nonfiction, so creative memoir. I also do freelance journalism, and I also do filmmaking, so short film under 3 minutes. And I also do stand-up comedy, so that could come under writing, I guess, stand-up comedy. And what else? Theatre. So I produce theatre, and I run a theatre company called Qualia, and that is specifically for people who have been in public psych wards and the mental health system. And I create spaces for giving over, I don't know, advocacy voices, I guess, to people who wouldn't normally have a space to advocate their rights. So disabled people, deaf people, and I call them quiet people. So people who have been in the system a long time but have never been asked about it. So that's Qualia. I also run an arts organisation called Skitsy Inc. And that also is for people who have been in the public psych system. I love creating gathering spaces. So everything I do is to get people with lived experience together to talk about their lived experience. And it's true for a musician and an artist. You need a muse. You need to bounce your art off some other living creature, and my dog was my muse. I know if a song's good because my dog likes it, and that's how I wrote all my songs, was just at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just me and my dog sitting on the floor of my lounge room. And the other important thing about my dog was it was the first time I felt love. And I think as an artist, to be a good artist, you've got to be able to feel love. When my dog passed away, it was like the light went out. And I haven't been able to write a song since. It was out of music that I started to write films. And I actually thought I could do something completely wacky with my songs. So I've still got all my songs. They're all still there. The stories are still there, but I want to do something different with them. So that's why I started to make short films. And I got into stand-up comedy. So then the stand-up comedy, it kind of showed me that the true art form under everything that I do is pen on paper, writing. So all through the last 10 years, I've been writing a book, and it's about to be published, which I'm really excited about. And writing is probably the number one art form that I would say that I love the most. I fell apart in April, like all creatives, all people, all producers and artists, saying I just saw my world crumble in front of me. And I feel that it was probably a fantastic year for me because it opened up doors that I would not have found if it wasn't for that year. When we're all reduced to one level. So suddenly you've got, you know, the National Gallery of Victoria, you've got ACME, you've got, you know, all these big organizations now suddenly on the same level as people like me and Joe Blow. We're all using the same platform. None of us have got big venues. None of us know how to get through COVID. None of us have done this before. So all of a sudden, the industry has been reduced to this point, and we're all at that point. So I think the people who survived the COVID, environment are the true creatives.